Jonathan Gruber, one of the architects of Obamacare, made some comments recently that made the right wing lose it. So naturally, he's now going to go to a committee hearing and apologize 6,412 times.
In excerpts of these videos, I'm shown making a series of glib, thoughtless, and sometimes downright insulting comments. I apologize for the first of these videos earlier, but the ongoing attention paid to these videos has made me realize that a fuller accounting is necessary. I'd like to begin by apologizing sincerely for the offending comments that I've made. In some cases, I made uninformed and glib comments about the political process behind healthcare reform. I'm not an expert on politics, and my tone implied I was, which is wrong. In other cases, I simply made mean and insulting comments which are uncalled for in any context. I sincerely apologize for conjecturing with the tone of expertise and for doing so in such a disparaging fashion. It's never appropriate to make oneself seem more important or smarter by demeaning others. I knew better, I know better, I'm embarrassed, and I'm sorry.
I apologize for myself, I apologize for my kids and my mom and my sister and MSNBC and Fruit Loops and the Philadelphia 76ers and fried ice cream, even though that's delicious. I apologize for everything that's ever existed on this planet that has ever offended anybody in any way, shape, or form. I will put my head down and I will whimper like a sad puppy, and then I'll apologize again after that. It's so embarrassing. This is something that always happens with people on the left. Understand what he said. So let's give proper context and perspective here. All he said was, you can't be straightforward when talking about the bill, referring to Obamacare. He basically says you need to do PR and marketing and all this stuff in order to get it passed. You can't come out and say, for example, hey, young people, you are going to pay in, and then old people will reap the benefits. Because then if you do that, people will say, I don't like that. I don't want all the young people to pay in and the old people to reap the benefits. That's not something I like. But if you say the same thing in different words, so if you simply frame it as, let's broaden the insurance market, then people go, yes, I like that. Let's broaden the insurance market. Same thing, explained two different ways. One way, everybody goes, I don't like that. The other way, everybody goes, I like that. By the same token, if you say, we are going to expand socialist healthcare for poor people, what are people going to say? Oh, I don't like that. Socialism, bad word. Press the button. No, 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 no. But if you say the same thing in different words, so if you say, we are going to expand Medicaid, then people go, oh, yes, I like that. That sounds so great. Same thing, explaining it two different ways. He was making the point that you have to explain it the right way in order to get people to go, yes, I'm on board with that. Another example, if you call Obamacare, people go, I don't like that. But if you call it the Affordable Care Act, they go, oh, yes, I'm very much in favor of the Affordable Care Act. Well, it's the same thing. One is the technical name for the bill. The other one is its nickname. It's the same thing. One you like, one you don't like. And then he referred to that as, you could call that what you want. You could say it's the stupidity of the American voter or what have you. That's what they get all mad about. That's what the right wing was like, oh, the Democrat calling the American people stupid. No, he's stupid, and I can't believe he said that. Everything he said was stupid. And then also they took one extra step and they said, see, he's admitting that Obamacare couldn't have gotten... that the American people don't like Obamacare and it couldn't have gotten passed if people were honest about it. That's, of course, not what he's saying because I just described to you. Same policy explained different ways gets different results, but they pretended like the point was Obamacare is bad, Obamacare is nefarious, and we shove this down the throat of the American people and they don't want it. That's what all of the right-wing talkers said and implied. And what does this dunce boy do? He comes out and he just caves completely. I apologize for absolutely everything that's ever happened to anybody. I apologize for the War of 1812, even though I wasn't alive at the time and I had nothing to do with it, but I sincerely apologize. No, see, what happens when you do that is you embolden your dumbass enemies. I got news for you. Everybody who was upset about the Gruber comments, they're idiots. They're idiots. They were just pressing the outrage button and they weren't listening to what the fuck he was saying. And it's a very common sense and straightforward thing that he said. They're like, no, Democrats said bad thing, not me no like, me no like. But when you apologize to them, you embolden them and you puff out their chest and you make them go, yeah, we were right all along about everything. In fact, Darrell Issa in the committee hearing went on to say to him, are you stupid? He said that to Gruber, are you stupid? Now, if you weren't apologizing, if you just doubled down and told it like it is, you would say back to Darrell Issa, no, I guess you're stupid because what I said is very simple and very straightforward and it's totally true. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, then you don't agree with the polling data, which shows that the American people don't like Obamacare, but they like the Affordable Care Act. The American people don't like Obamacare, but if you go issue for issue and provision for provision in the bill, the American people like it. So you're the idiot. You're stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm going by what the data is. I'm going by what the facts are. This is how you handle these clowns. You know what happens when you stand up and you puff out your chest and you grow a fucking spine and you talk back to these clowns? You know what happens? They whimper. They go in a corner. Their arguments become mush and nonsense. But something about Obamacare bad, and people say they don't like it, even though they like it if you go into the details. I don't know what to say. I'm bad at this, aren't I? But when you allow, see, the Republican Party, they're like a dog in the sense that they can feel your confidence. So they don't care about what you're saying because they never were detail-oriented and they don't give a shit about intellectualism. But if they smell the strength on you, then they're like, okay, don't touch that guy because that guy's, he's on fire, he's making a point, and he seems very confident about it. But if you do what you do here, I'm so sorry, everything I said ever was wrong about the situation, even though what I said isn't wrong, but I'm so sorry in every way, shape, or form. You're making them, you're just feeding into the perpetual fake outrage machine.